If you were getting ready to sell your home and you had to get a home inspector to come evaluate the fair market value, some people might find it odd if you were also gifting said home inspector theme park passes. And yet, that is what we are seeing happening when it comes to the Walt Disney Company via an independent audit out of Florida. What we're discovering is that perhaps the Walt Disney Company was giving sweetheart deals to interns for a particular auditing company that was supposed to be giving a fair, independent, and unbiased evaluation of Disney. Only, how can that be if their interns are going for free to the happiest place on earth? Hello folks, and welcome back to the WDW Pro channel, where the golden pipes of yours truly cannot be ceased. No, we ignore all of the pauses and rests that have been suggested to us, and instead we go forth with a staccato of information. Thank you folks for joining us. Today we're going to go straight to the panel and discuss something that is, yes, a little bit in the weeds, but folks, we've come to learn that you all love this. You love knowing this at a high resolution, and we can't blame you because, frankly, you can't find this in very many places. Thank goodness for places like this channel, Valiant Renegade, Midnight's Edge, Legal Mindset, That Part Place, and so much more. And if you're not yet following the Trent Report, by the way, the Trent Report, you want to be following that one as well. Folks, let's dive in with the panel right now and see what's going on. You're going to hear some big names, big institutions you've probably heard of before, perhaps in bed with Disney right now. And so Jonas is going to help us walk through this, but I'm going to try to explain a little bit just to begin. This is sort of a starting point into a potential issue here regarding the Walt Disney Company and the way that they have been audited for a very long time. And so this is a Reddit thread that was brought to our attention, and let's just take a look at it real quick. PwC and EY intern Disney trips. Jonas, what does PwC and EY stand for?
PwC is PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the big four, as you can see here from the name of the subreddit, Big Four. And EY is Ernst & Young. They're two giant accounting firms. There used to be 8 of them a long time ago, and now they've gone down to 4 as corruption and mergers and all kinds of things have whittled it down to just the Big Four.
Now, folks, you're going to notice that this is from 2 years ago, and it's been deleted. Interesting, I would say. But here's what, let's just read this one, for example. From my experience, it was pretty standard pre-pandemic, I think. I did an internship, and they took us to Deloitte University for our internship conference in 2018. Now, why does that matter? Well, because this thread is talking about how some of those who audited Disney, their interns were being gifted with something that might cause them to have a more amicable view of the Walt Disney Company. Take this out of Mac Daddy-0. I interned the summer of 2017. They rent out one of the Disney resorts and send 3,000 plus interns for 3 days. Wonder what the price tag is for that. Most of the time is spent doing conference-based activities at the resort. However, they give you tickets to one of the parks for 1 evening. They also give us a few of the fast pass things. And from that time frame, by the way, that would have probably meant that these were golden fast passes, because it's difficult to just give you a fast pass under the old system. Golden fast passes are not available to the general public, or they were not when this was working. Jonas, walk us through a bit more of what all this is about, because the folks out there may be saying, why does this matter at all? Well, explain it, please.
Well, we don't want to embarrass a smaller creator, and I just say smaller in terms of viewership numbers, but we've got a vlog actually from about a year ago from a channel called Money Mare, and oh, it looks like I've lost my streaming window here. Hold on, let me pull this back up.
The Gremlins are back, folks, slowing us down, but we will not be delayed.
We're not going to play this entire thing, but it is a 22-minute vlog, and let me say, this fella, he's still got a lot of potential that he needs to tap into as far as his camera work. I'm sure that his other skills in business are still building, but so we're gonna take production stills here. This way to start PwC's diversity internship experience here. This from 1 year ago, and Yeah, this fella, it looks like he may have gotten his start here at PwC. And where is he at? I'll give you one clue as to where he's at.
Is he with the mouse?
Any clues? Any hints here? Any?
I mean, I know because I showed this video, but I'll just let you guys
This
anybody
is well.
Let
me guess based on the
carpet. Is that?
Let me guess based on the carpet. I'm going to say that this is, because I didn't watch Andrew's stream on this one. I apologize, Andrew. I should have. I know. Well, I'm going to guess this is located in the Contemporary.
Okay, well, I was going more general here with the giant mouse ears pretzels that they're passing out here.
I localized it even more. This may be where Nixon declared he was leaving the presidency.
What's even worse is the audio in the announcement this kid gives walking into this room, which I believe is the very professional auditing term, "we up in the club."
Yeah, I wasn't going to go after him for that, but look who else
I will.
here. Look who else here that they have at this internship conference for PricewaterhouseCoopers. They have Kenya Barris, the guy who made Blackish. He's also the creator of Next Top Model. They've got him here. I guess he's probably going over the intricacies of legal entity accounting. You know.
Now, wait a minute, Jonas. Are you and Andrew suggesting that the company which audits Disney and has been for how long?
Oh, do we want to get into that? Here, I'll just point it out here. This is a list of the largest auditors in America. They have been the external auditor for Disney since 1938.
Oh, that's not a long time at all.
Only since Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was in theaters.
Are you suggesting, Jonas, that the auditing company, which has audited Disney since basically its inception, that Disney is gifting interns that will be the future auditors of the company with a grand time that might have sway over them in the future as they are working their audits?
Well,
theoretically.
I could say those words, or we could play this video where the fairy godmother shows up in the middle of their conference.
Oh, that's normal. Every auditing intern has this experience.
Is that a normal fairy godmother?
No, that's not. That is a wish.com fairy godmother. But she's also she's also mingling with everybody. There she is. And
Very
then
normal.
Where does she take them? Oh, she takes them straight there to the park. So I'm fast forwarding this a little bit so we can see. Yep, those are some Disney 50 tickets. Didn't quite know how the turnstile works there, but yeah, they're all up in the park there, having a good time.
Well, they're going to audit Disney just as faithfully as possible. I'm sure they're going to follow the facts where they lead. Now, this is of particular interest, folks out there. If you're wondering why we're doing this,
Disney gift bags there.
Part of the reason, you got to love the swag given to those who will audit you in the future.
My girlfriend just messaged me and she said that those Mickey Mouse pretzels look good as hell and she should have interned there instead.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Man, Disney does not skimp on the food. It is so good at those parts.
I won't lie, those pretzels look pretty good. I'm just,
So, folks, if you're wondering why we're covering this, though, let me explain. Disney has just been audited by an independent auditing service related to Disney World, the Reedy Creek Improvement District. The state of Florida is not too pleased with what's been going on there, and this has been called a system that was unprecedented. We've never seen this level of government capture as what Disney was doing in Central Florida. Now, how in the world did Disney not have their own auditors discover some of these things, which could potentially land them in major, even criminal hot water? Well, what if your own auditors were being gifted with all kinds of perks and had been taught to enjoy all of the prizes you would bestow upon them if you did a good job? That's a theory, just a thought, but that's why we are covering this, just to show you how the game is played.
Let me just point out this wonderful language here. In the list of PwC's biggest clients, the Walt Disney Company comes in at number 5 with revenue of $82 billion. Walt Disney is infamous for its unique financial intricacies. Wow, what a phrase. including revenue recognition, intellectual property valuation, and global distribution. This one right here, revenue recognition, I do believe there was a whistleblower who had a little bit of an issue with the way that they did that recently, Cindy Kuba.
Back in 2017, actually.
Yes. And intellectual property valuation, that's the whole reason they took a bunch of content write-downs recently. I'll also point out that in 2002, Eisner was the first one to say maybe our consultant on all of these accounting issues doesn't also need to be the person who is auditing all of our accounting issues. They're going to still keep that auditor that they've had for almost 100 years.
Yeah, it's almost like they maybe should have in the last 100 years bidded it out once, like just once, just gone out to bid, had a couple RFPs come in, said, let's consider having someone else audit us, just maybe.
Right, maybe. And so that people clearly understand this, external auditors change frequently at Fortune 500 companies, all of the time. They're changing auditors so that someone else can come in and comment on the previous auditor's work. Now they don't usually come in and say, no, the last guys were committing crimes and we have a problem with that. But they're at least gonna, they're gonna try to justify the bill at least a little bit and say, hey, maybe this area right here where you're saying that that all of this payroll that you've got paying government employees straight out of the Disney ledger, maybe that's going to be a problem. Yes, that's a real example. And that one's confirmed and not denied by the Walt Disney Company either. So that's going to come out as a federal issue, I believe, as well as a state issue. Andrew, can you think of anything else that an auditor from a new external firm might have a problem with that Disney has been doing?
I mean, it's all alleged and supposed.
Oh, yes, definitely allegedly.
It's definitely allegedly. Allegedly, there might be some light, I don't know, maybe some light bribery, misuse of public funds, securities fraud, MSRB violations, maybe a little bit of racketeering and Influence Corrupt Practices Act violations. I mean, like there's a lot of stuff that maybe theoretically, hypothetically might be a problem. Like, I don't know, giving people who aren't government employees special benefits or paying for the taxes of government officials. Like maybe, just maybe, or maybe a $700 million of public infrastructure, including 3 garages, which were paid for by public funds and benefit Disney.
Right.
Just maybe, or maybe
allegedly taking tax dollars almost nearing the $1 billion range to buy something for themselves that no one else gets to use or have any say on how that is used. Yeah, that
might be illegal. Just
something that another accounting firm might say, you know what, when you're accounting for this, where are your charge outs for? Oh, by the way, they were charging anyone else.
And not only that, but not having the government employees separated out until I'm drunk here, so I'm not sure whether it was the 80s or 90s, but they didn't even bring. Yeah. Thank you. 98. They didn't even acknowledge. I was like, is it 89 or 98? Whatever. They didn't even break them out as separate entity employees until 1998. They were doing this since the 60s.
Right. So in the 55 years that they have been running Reedy Creek, and by the way, this is an entire Disney issue, this audit issue that we're pointing out.
Which by the way, the entire time PricewaterhouseCoopers was the auditor, and at no point did they identify that as maybe an accounting issue.
All right, folks, that's a wrap here for the WDW Pro channel today. We hope you've had a good one. 3 great videos in our estimation, but it's your estimation that matters. If you liked this one, if this was the trifecta of triumph, then consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Don't forget that the Pro Show has moved time slots. No longer Thursdays. No, now we are on Tuesdays at noon Eastern Time, 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a wonderful time. We can't wait for the second show in that time slot next week. We hope we'll see you there. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.